Hello and welcome to another set of turns here of Dominions 5. I'm the False God. We are playing today as Berytos. And we're going to jump into turn 35. So I'm going the wrong way. 35. And let's see what we've got. Okay. Memoria takes a throne. We finished construction 5 on our way up to construction 6. We've also got some demons, a gnome lore, miss. Dark knowledge, found an enchanted tomb. I think that's one death. Demons, broken maze, and the Imperial Quarry. Is the Imperial Quarry cool? No. Broken mazes, though. It's a nice little 4-gem find. Nothing. Enchanted gate, 1 pearl. A lot of nothing. More demons. Pool of sanctity. This is the one that kills the undead. Oh, and makes a water. So we knew that was there, I think. Or at least had a very good idea. Shrine of the Outcast. Oh, it makes foul spawn. Okay, I'm not excited about that. Not excited about that. We've got, let's see, what is this? 27, 37, 48, 56 blood slaves. It's not too bad. We're getting up there. Plus 264 gold. That's nice. Boots of the Messenger. That's a great item. We kill some dudes, and our undead and demonic troops are being struck by holy fire. So we are marching our way back over. We've claimed this territory. Got this throne which we're building our palisade on. What else have we got going? We've got blood hunting. Yeah, I gotta get our undead out of here before something bad happens to them. We don't want that. Continuing to blood hunt, we're gonna go see if we can scout out TNN a little bit. Sure, we're recruiting our usual suspect. No more troops, obviously. Let's see if we have anything else particularly cool we're doing. Mostly just researching everywhere and blood hunting. We've got a gnome lore going. Corpseman construct, dark knowledge, augury, just more site searching in general. Also robe of the sea, earth boots. Those are just going to come in handy later. And they're nice and cheap, courtesy of the Ancient Forge, which is a disgustingly good site. Yeah. So it's a pretty quiet turn. All told, we're headed up to construction 6. Once we hit construction 6 in 2 turns, we've obviously got a great fire income. We will then turn that into lightless lanterns, and in particular, very, very cheap lightless lanterns. I think they'll be, 3 gems a piece? 20% off, and then take another one off? I don't know. We'll have to see when we get there. I can't remember if if it is the case that it actually adds up that way, or Dominions does some goofy math somewhere in there. But a pretty quiet turn as far as it goes. We don't have great scouting, so it's not like we can really tell what's going on in the rest of the map, really. We got Helheim down here fighting Niflheim. There's this province. This one really was somebody, like, these were sort of somebody's at some point maybe, but this was really somebody's, so I don't think we want to do too much about that. We also need to put stuff together to eventually take out this throne. That would be a good idea. Although it is, it's some dangerous looking stuff. You're gonna need to send either kit out a particular thug or send a whole army. All right, let's go ahead and jump into turn 36. Not too much doing here on 35. See if maybe 36 has got a little more spice. Ah, yes, it does. Okay. Here's the spice. A message has arrived from Tirnanog. Everyone, you can all pause, write down your guess on what this message says, and then come back and see if you were right. Okay, you've had your chance to pause. You can attack me. I don't see myself coming back from this good luck. TNN just, they lost to Ulm. They lost a big fight, and they're like, yep, I'm out. We're done. Not gonna... I think they still play, like, they didn't stale or anything. But they decided that they were not gonna defend any of their territory from us, so we've just been, gifted an invitation to go and get whatever we can from them. So we really got to change, do some changes on what it was we were planning, in the sense that we need to go and capture as much territory as possible before Ulm can get there. So let's check the rest of our messages, and then we'll jump into what we're going to do about that. Chain of Pyre, that's a fire. A Litter Skull is 3 death gems, 4 death gems, and a Necromancer, which is pretty nice. We have death 1s. We don't have any death 2s yet. Besides, yeah, we don't have any death 2s. So it would definitely be nice to put a fort on this. It's going to compete for resources. We haven't got a lot of gold, so it's going to be hard to even sort of keep recruiting them, but it's definitely a mage that we want to get access to eventually. And then, oops, wrong button. Okay, that was Dark Knowledge. Nothing. 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 We made a bunch more demons. This was a much better turn of blood hunting. It looks like we've got 20, 52, 60, 80. That's much more respectable. Cult of Gaia, fertility event going off. We got a free gallows. Surprised that whoever was hung didn't die of the Will of Pestilence first, but, we take those. Dominion change. Bad. In Greendale, always up to something. One of my bailiffs is afraid of monsters. That's a fair fear in this game. And we got people volunteering for the militia. Just lots of... Why would I ever buy PD? My PD joins me with my luck 2 in this case, I think is where that one was. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, so here's what we're gonna try and take as much as we can, as quickly as we can, while trying not to get too many of our demons and such smoked by this pool of sanctity. So we're not really expecting to fight anything. So sort of the operating assumptions are different than they might, than they would be in a standard war. So let's go ahead and see, sort of who's moving. Got a bunch of troops that aren't moving, it looks like. We're moving out our claymen, or a bunch of claymen. Looks like we're moving out a bunch of these corpse constructs, and then we're going to send out some owls. So we're sort of leaving the real army behind, which is okay. I'm not really sure about that. Like, we might still need it. Somewhat, seems like a slightly dubious decision. We're moving this blood hunting group forward to attack. We're moving this blood hunting group forward to attack. These are the birds. The other group's getting in position here. I believe we are also going to be casting Call the Winds. Yep. Call the Winds. Oops. At Dunheim, which is here. So we're trying to, get the ones we can't reach. So Call the Winds is not a great... Well, it does not always work. You can definitely fail to take even basic PD with Call the Winds. In a standard war, I would typically avoid Call the Winds for just as like a raiding spell, unless I was sure that there was no PD there or 1 PD, and I had to use the birds later, which we do as Berytos right there. Pretty good blood hunting patrol chaff. But we are going to go ahead and try them. I think we're doing 2. But let's see. Call the Winds. 3. At Shade Forest and Falgoth as well. Let's see if those are the only ones. I think they should be. Arcane Probe. Yeah. Shade Forest here. And Falgoth is here. So we're going to try and get as much as we can before Ulm finishes them off. So that's fun. So unfortunately for us, no infrastructure anywhere we can see it yet. So we're going to have, I'm going to put one in quotations. We're going to have profited from this war with right? We're up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces, but none of them came with forts. And we're hopefully going to take a bunch of TNG stuff. Again, none of which comes with forts. What would be nice is if we could get to, or not TNG, sorry, TNN. It would be nice if we could get to their capital first. I don't know that we can. I don't know where Ulm is. I have no scouts because I'm not doing a good job of scouting. I put all my scouts on blood hunting duty, and I didn't make enough new scouts. Eventually, I don't know, we're making more scouts. I just keep putting them on blood hunting duty. Because, we need our blood slaves. But we're also marching. Who's marching here? Now, the demons are staying behind. They probably should be going with someone. I think I did want to leave them here, though. We have a nap with Femoria, but it's not like they couldn't change their mind. And we want to have some forces we can try and marshal south as well as north. But, yeah, so it's kind of an anticlimactic war preparation. Because we're just going to plan to go and roll over some PD. I did consider whether or not there was a chance that this is like a bait. Like, that would be a really next level play. Is that, like, you can attack me, I'm not coming back, send in whatever you've got, and then they just elf. It's like a reverse elf. You invite them into your lands, and then your stealthy elves kill everybody. That would be a good way to never make a friend. Nobody would ever trust you ever again. But it would be a play. I think I sent him a message. I do not want to retract it. Farewell, noble elves. Good luck in your future games. Yeah. I mean, if they wanna die, then happy to oblige them, and we'll see if we can get some free stuff. We can also see that Atlantis is being besieged by Rillier. I think that we want Rillier to win. Maybe. Atlantis has a more conventional way of fighting us, right? They're going to do better on land in general. But, again, it's sort of a more conventional style. We might be able to resist it more easily. Rillier is going to do a lot of very high astral nonsense, which is going to be a pain. But they have a hard time getting on land. So it might be easier to sort of push them off. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like I was rooting for Rillier. I actually do have a nap with Rillier still. So I guess I'm kind of rooting for Rillier here. But we'll have to watch that one. See how that develops. Don't think we can see too much else in the way of conflict. If I was Atlantis, I feel like I'd be like, hey, guess what, Femoria? This is my province. I'm not going to let you keep it. Okay, let's go ahead and then jump forwards into 37. New old game. Berytos 37. Hold on. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm back. My dog was barking at someone out the window, as dogs are wont to do. Okay, so we finished construction. We're going to start being able to make our lightless lanterns and go crazy on our research. No magic sites for our gnome lore. Copper idol is an air gem. Weeping stone is probably water earth. Nope, just water. Reef of Sunken Ships is 2 death gems. That's pretty nice. Graveyard of the Damned is 2 more death gems. That's pretty nice. Caves of Passing Time. An Earth and an Astral Pearl. I think, is Pearl still our worst income, I assume? Yeah, we really need to get our Pearl and our Nature incomes going. Death is now our highest. That makes lots of sense. Actually, it does, though, because it's so easy to cast Dark Knowledge. And we get it sort of along the path we're already going really quickly, so it's actually not that surprising. Okay, so battles. This is us hitting as much of the TNN stuff as we can. We've got birds. Let's see. Usually they have to snipe the commander or it doesn't work. I don't think... One of these has got to be the commander. Yeah, he's getting attacked by birds. He's somewhere. That's this guy. Okay. So they could definitely get him. Come on, birds. Focus. This one. This one. I hate the birds. And they leave. And they fail. Sick birds. But where the birds were more useful is that there was no PD at 2 of these far off provinces. So we got those for free. So birds are 2 out of 3, but only because there was nothing there. 58, 66 blood slaves is okay. We'll call it like a moderate income. We need to get it up to a major income. All right, we got another chance for birds to prove their great worth. They need to find this guy. Right there. Dodge the knights. Oh, they're not going to win. Once they don't hit the commander, it is not going to work. And it didn't. Birds down. They killed a heavy cav. Yeah, this one had actual units. Not sure why there are 7 heavy cav there, but you know, here's what it is. Here we've got birds supported by a bride, who I think is doing Phoenix power. Oh, and fireballs. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't work either. The birds all die, and then she routes off the field. That's really poorly done. I do believe she makes it okay, though, yeah. But the birds die, and then finally, this one we've got birds, corpsemen, and imps. And between all of that, we shouldn't have any problems. So we take that one okay. Some kind of earth spirit appeared. Oh, that's bad. Looks like. Ah. Well, don't summon evil earth spirits. Summon good earth spirits. And we've got an Amazon. And a Beryton leader against an earth gnome. Truly an epic battle. Bam, got him. God, he's regenerating. 12. Let's look at this guy. This guy just hacked right through him. Attack 11. C. No. B? B. I guess the Earth Gnome's defense must be really bad. Because he gets absolutely wrecked by this Amazon. Or low, yeah, Earth Gnome hasn't got much prot either. Yeah, 6 defense, 5 prot. Chopped right through him. Excellent. Minus Dominion, plus growth in the Bright Woods. And 400 golds, 2 earth gems, and a chainmail displacement. That's very nice. This is the one where they attack us. Solar eclipse will shroud the world in darkness in 3 months. This can be a good opportunity for us. Our demons do not care about the darkness. They will go ahead and kill everybody dark or not. All right. So where does that leave us in terms of what's happened? So now we can see Ulm. We can see, right, when we talk about sort of TNN being dead, they're sieging their own capital, which is not where you want to be. That's the wrong way around. Somebody, failed to communicate that with TNN. You have to get besieged in your capital while you hold it, not out and then come back. It looks like probably Ulm took it with this and then moved off, and now they popped back on. And so I think at this point, Ulm realized what was up with us, and he sent me a Discord message, something to the effect of, don't take these or anything north. And I was like, wow, you give me all that? That's great news. I'll take that. Oh, so we're going to go ahead then and continue moving forwards. We sort of this bird was worth so much actually though, right? Because this probably sort of cut off, like sort of sealed off a lot of this territory in a way that Ulm was then happy to sort of split this. So this is really, this is Dominions at its finest, right? If you don't like this is peak Dominions. You don't like this, you don't like Dominions. We've just gone ahead and sailed in, and we're gonna vulture what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 provinces for some air gems we lost. We're I mean, it's hard to, you sort of got to consider taking all the territory when you can. Some nations are obviously better at doing that kind of thing. Flyers, fast nations, etc. Otherwise, people will notice and take your spoils. So we're pretty happy here though. So we're gonna go ahead and take all this crap, and let's see, what have we. Obviously, there's some unrest here, which is going to make eventually these numbers get better. In terms of scales, these go down, this goes up. If we get our Dominion here, I think our income on the whole will go up because of all this cold. But, 25, 75. We're already up, 100 plus income, a lot more provinces to go. So, that's very nice. And our groups are just going to move through and attack everything. Sort of we already looked at what we're sending here. And again, we don't really expect any resistance. So, just a nice, very calm war. It's not really a war, it's just very calm vulturing. So, we are perfectly happy to vulture. We've got our construction 6. So if we go and look, we're going to start doing lightless lanterns, and we can check how much they cost. So we're at 99. I tell you to do something else. Yeah, so it only costs 2. Just the way the math works with the hammer and the discount site. It costs us just 2 gems for a lightless lantern. So we're gonna with the hammers. The ones without the hammers cost more. But we're gonna go ahead and forge 6. It looks like this turn, and we're gonna make a lot of lightless lanterns and just start passing those bad boys out. Besides that, any more cool spells? More demons. More site searching. We're doing more Call the Winds. That's where are we doing? Owlback and Nardago. Are these? Okay, good. These look like they probably are. Okay, we're just adding more of the blood hunting patrollers. That's all. Which is a much better way to use the spell, to be honest. All right, and we're going to go ahead and go get enchantment 5. So this is a couple things that could be really good for us. So we have access to all the elements. So getting access to the resistances, super helpful. Just depending on who we're up against, we can really ward off just about everything they've got. Trade Wind, I think, is actually a really interesting spell for us. We obviously have a giant coastal province that is our capital, as well as another pretty good coastal province. And we've got a good amount of air gems, and we have no gold. So adding 25% more gold to Berytos is going to be a pretty big deal. Now, what I don't know is precisely how it stacks with things like the 10% bonus that we already get. I don't know if those stack or not. But assuming that they do, just for easy math, right, that's going to give us an extra 100 gold a turn. So if we, we're getting a pretty good return on our air gems, and we have a pretty good air gem income. So I think we're pretty happy. We're happy to turn some air gems into it. Now, to cast that is tricky because it's an Air 4 spell, and we don't have Air 4 mages. We're basically going to have to wait for our god to come online. is where we're going to be. We're also, I think, pretty unlucky. I feel like your imprisoned god usually will have come on by turn 37. But it's pretty late in the game, you can see, for the imprisoned gods. But yeah, so we're going to try and we're going to wait for that, because once they'll be high enough air that they can either cast the spell themselves, or we can ship them off to the discount forging site and they can make, an air hat or a bag of winds. And then one of our regular air 3s can cast it. So either way works, depends just sort of what comes out and how we want to do it. We obviously have a trinity, so it's tricky. They all have to move together, otherwise they'll lose all their paths. So we won't be able to leave this one here and move the others. So we're going to have to sort of weigh our competing interests once the god does come online. But we need money. We have lots of stuff we still want to put forts on. We still have yet to fort this column for defense. There are necromancers over here. This is still, I think this is, are we building up something? No, this still needs to be upgraded. Probably wants a temple. We definitely still need a lot of money. Our income is 1,600, which is not necessarily fantastic. Okay, so that's, excuse me. That's a big one for us in enchantment. That's going to be the main one, because the rest of these, the rest of the stuff, not so much. We don't have access to it right now. But after that, we're going to go get alteration up to 5. We just, a lot of the great low-level stuff we haven't had a chance to get around yet. Wind Guide. It's going to be pretty nice. If we do go back for Flaming Arrows again, but it also was going to help, more than that, it's going to help our evocation mages be a lot more accurate. All the usual sort of buffs. Specifically up at Alt 5, more resistances, which are pretty handy. Iron Warriors is okay. It's a little hard, it's a little small. Maws can be a good spell. But really just sort of filling out some gaps, because, we'll research up, a lot of the low-level alt stuff pretty darn fast, especially once we get these Lightless Lanterns online. Then after that, we're going to go evocation up to 5 as well. Pick up some more good stuff for our mages to do once they've gone through their main scripts. Because we have access to pretty much the entire evocation lineup. For level 4, we don't get Netherbolt or these Bolt of On-Life, Breath of Dragon, but all the good elemental high path stuff, Thunderstrike, Storm. We don't really have gifts, but a lot of great stuff for us up there. So I think, we're almost at 30 minutes. Excuse me. We'll go ahead and call it here for turn 37. We're going to keep eating TNN and just being fat and happy as we scale into the late game as Berytos. Thanks everybody for joining me. I will see you all in the next one, and have a great day.